So we are officially in the week of Superman's release. In fact, I believe some of you can see it today. I believe today is the first day of Amazon Prime early screenings. I have a ticket for tomorrow. I don't remember if it was Tuesday and Wednesday or Monday and Tuesday. I want to say that there are tickets today because I remember I couldn't get the first day. I had to buy tickets for the second day. But yeah, I'm seeing the movie tomorrow. And I wish James Gunn would stop because he's killing my expectations for this movie every time he runs his mouth. We're going to come back to this article in a second. But I wanted to start here because I'm starting to think that Jurassic World Rebirth might take a big bite out of Superman's payday. And a lot of people are looking at this sideways because it seems like everybody hates this movie, but I don't know if that's true considering how much money it made. This movie is looking at a $318 million opening weekend. Yeah, with global. The film made $318.3 million, which is the second best global for a Jurassic Park movie opening weekend. That's insane. Everybody has told me this movie is terrible, but that doesn't seem to matter. People love their dinosaurs, man. They are showing up for this movie. And I don't even think this movie had any premium seats. That's the crazy thing. Because I think IMAX was locked up with F1. So I'm not sure if this movie had premium seats or not this weekend. It's a strange time where a Jurassic Park movie isn't in the IMAX. You know, it's just weird to me. F1, I believe, had all of that, and it doesn't seem to matter because in America, no one's watching the movie. It's doing much better worldwide. It seems like a shame. I hear this movie is fantastic. Steph was on, My Nerdy Home was on Flashcast on Saturday. She said it was amazing, and I've heard that from several people. I really want to watch this movie. So I'll try and see it this weekend because I'm seeing Superman tomorrow. So I don't need to go see Superman this weekend. Maybe I'll try and see it this weekend. But I hear F1 is fantastic. It's a shame that it's not doing better. And it's the same guy who made Top Gun Maverick, which is also a fantastic movie. But anyway, yeah, none of these movies are really going to take a bite out of Superman except for Jurassic World Rebirth, which I'm wondering, is this thing going to pack up theaters this weekend and no one's going to go see Superman? I am really curious to see how that movie performs over this week. Is there any hype for Superman? Does anybody care? It seems like people are very divided on this movie. And you could see it in these reviews that have leaked. There was a review from, I think it was Variety. No. It was the Daily Beast. Hated the movie. Though I guess the guy who reviewed it is a huge Snyder bro. And come on, let's be fair. Most people that are the Snyder bros are hating on this movie because it's not Zack Snyder. That's what it seems like to me. Because now you've got a Blue Sky critic. I mean, that alone right there is suspect. Blue Sky, anything. But this guy said it was one of the movies that he'd never felt so much joy leaving, and not in a bad way, but he had a big smile from watching the movie. So it's tough to say what's happening here. But James Gunn is not helping the movie. Really interesting quote from this little article here. Let me go through this. And I want to start it off with a little bit of context here because this article seems like this interviewer is trying to get him to answer all these political questions and got him to do it. But there's one particular quote here where he says, "Screw the people that don't like it." what does that help? That doesn't help anything. James Gunn, you are a little too full of yourself right now. And this is not the way to market a movie. So now, okay, there was a leaked comment. It wasn't leaked. It was made. Well, I wonder if it was made up now. Rachel, I forget her last name. It's the girl who's playing Lois Lane. There was a viral quote that I could not find the source for. Nobody could find it. We all thought it was made up. And now I wonder if it was. But she said, James Gunn told me it's not going to do well with red states or something. And if they don't like it, screw that. Well, he basically says the same thing here. Oh, we're not making the movie for those people, I think is what he said in the quote. And now I wonder if that was fake, because he says something very similar in this article. Let me just read you this. I mean, so he was getting asked, they were talking about immigrants and illegals and stuff. And they were talking about a story about Superman helping a bunch of illegal aliens that were working somewhere. And it's like, is that crazy? Superman doesn't want anybody to die. It doesn't matter what you did. Superman will still save you because he's Superman. Superman would save the life of Lex Luthor, and he has many times. So, he helps some illegals. I mean, he would help anybody. That doesn't mean that he has a preference politically. And Superman, I believe, is a legal citizen. He's an immigrant, but I believe he has his papers. I mean, Superman is the story of America, Gunn says. An immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something we have lost. I actually agree with that. I think there's a lot of people that have become numb to things. And he has some very strong opinions about internet culture here, about how, it seems like people are a lot more mean now. I somewhat agree with him there, but you can tell from the way he talks, and he confirms that monkey thing and everything in this. You can kind of confirm, like it feels like he's putting the hurt that he felt from when he got canceled into this movie. And I see that even more now after reading this article. Well, let's continue. I ask if he has considered how differently the film might play in, say, Blue State, New York, a.k.a. Metropolis, in Kansas, where Kent grew up. Yes, it plays differently, Gunn admits. But it's about human kindness, and obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offense just because it is about kindness, but screw them. That's not the answer, man. That's not how you answer this question. Maybe say, I want everyone to give it a chance. Check it out. Now, that sounds a lot better. But, hey, screw them. You're just turning people off to the movie. And this is a week. We're not even a week out now. We're a couple of days. In fact, we're one today, I believe. Tomorrow for me. You're going to turn people off this movie. And this movie needs to do good. Let's be clear on that. And the reaction to this movie seemed very mixed. Is that the way you want to kick this off? Mixed results, to me, doesn't equal $1 billion, which this movie probably needs to make. I don't know exactly what it needs to make. My guess would probably be $700 million, something like that, for this movie, because it looks like a very expensive movie. And if you're going to put a movie out, that's going to piss off half the nation, and that's your words, not mine. You're talking about red and blue states and it playing differently in them. That seems like a bad financial decision. But like I said, who knows? The movie could be fantastic and amazing. It could be the greatest Superman ever made. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But man, this guy will not shut up. Why are you in so much promotional material for this number one. It should be these three to the right who have handled it pretty good, actually. I think that they all seem like they're having fun. They all have great chemistry. The chemistry between these three is great. Especially the chemistry between Clark and Lois is really good. Even in that scene that everyone is divided on where they're arguing about Superman stopping a war, they have great chemistry in that scene. Despite the material in there, you can tell that they work well together, which is much better than the chemistry between the Clark and Lois in the Snyder movies, which I never felt their chemistry. I don't like the Snyderverse. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know if I'm going to be a fan of the James Gunn verse either. We'll have to see. But I got to tell you, I wish he would shut up. And just at this point, brother, you need to just let the movie sell itself. You should shut up because this is an awful interview and you're going to turn people off. You need this movie to be a financial success. At the end of the day, that's what really matters. This movie needs to make money. It's time to put up or shut up. But you going out and telling people screw them and shit, this sends the wrong message and it's going to get twisted up. And now you are going to turn people off to this movie when you need every ass in the seat possible, especially with Fantastic Four 2 weeks away. What a dumb thing to do, man. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Does this turn you off to the movie? I would like to know. Also, please subscribe. Subscribe. Check out that subscribe button. Just smash it. And then while you're at it, smash the bell and hit the like button and share the video. Also, check out my comic book campaign. It's awesome, 60-plus page comic. The art is done. The book, I believe, I just talked to Eric July the other day. It got approved for print. So it's going to be printing soon. The campaign ends on the 26th. So after the print, whatever numbers there are of cover A, B, or C, that's it for those. So I wouldn't wait till the last minute to pick it up because you might not be able to get all the covers if that's something that you're interested in. If you just want to check the book out, cover D is only $17, which I think is a great price. $17 for a square-bound, beautiful, 60-plus page, action-packed comic. I think if you check it out, you're going to love it. Thank you for your consideration. There's a link to this comic in the description. And if you don't want to check it out, share the link. Just sharing the link helps out a lot. And someone that wants to check it out and is into this might actually check it out, which I would be very grateful for. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.